the tea? What's 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 the tea? 'Cause I don't wanna walk alone. I'm ready for this. There's no thing like it. I'm ready for this. You start me falling. I'm ready for this. I need you holding. I'm ready for this. Sometimes you want to hold my hand.
Hello everyone, I am the Water Bearer and welcome to the Water Bearer's Tea. And in this video, I'm spilling tea all about the new age. I'm entitling this video, The New Age Begins December 2020 through May 2021. Okay, and that is the time frame I'm going to be talking about in this video, the setup for the age of Aquarius, okay? And as the water bearer myself, I am so excited to talk about this and share this information with you guys. I feel like I've been waiting for this time since I started my channel back in 2016. And even before then, when I was learning about the age of Aquarius and the astrology of the placements and the timing I felt right with me, okay? If you want to know a lot more about the age of Aquarius, check out the video that's highlighted on my profile page on my YouTube channel, okay? I go way more in depth into the age of Aquarius. I'm just gonna kind of jump on it really quick and talk more about this time frame I was speaking on, late 2020 into mid 2021, and the importance of that, okay? But to get deep into what the age of Aquarius is, why I'm here and all these good things, and what I'm here to do and what my purpose and all that, check out that video. Okay, it is literally the main highlighted video on my channel, and I'll make sure that at the end of this video it'll be highlighted as well for you to check it out as one of the suggested videos. Okay, so I am excited to share, guys, because basically we are ending a major cycle. I don't know if you can tell by what's happening in society, and we're jumping into a completely new epoch of energy and consciousness, okay, called the age of Aquarius. Okay, and it's been heard all around. It's a very popular term, the new age. We're going into a lot of things are being coined new age, okay? And this is true to an extent, all right? Because what actually is happening is as the earth rotates around the sun, around every 2,000 to 3,000 years, the North Pole's point of the earth shifts and changes and points throughout the zodiac. Okay, that's a really simple way of me saying it. Again, you can check out the video for a lot more in-depth understanding, but I want to just get through this really quick. And so every 2,500 years or so, we go through a new age, okay? And the thing about it is the procession of the ages happens backwards. And so we just finished the Pisces age, okay? The age of Pisces, which basically started around where we coined BCE to CE, okay, about 2,500 years ago. But again, these ages, you know, like energy, it's not just we're in this new age now, okay? There's a major time and layers of time of ingress into each age, okay? I think we've been slowly stepping into the age of Aquarius since the late 70s and early 80s. And then I think there was a major jump forward even more towards the door of the age of Aquarius in the early 90s, especially 93 when I was born, okay? And then I feel like once we had, 2012, and Neptune moving into Pisces and Pluto moving into Capricorn, we started to see a lot of the decay of the old age, okay? And that, again, has been starting since, like I said before, the late 70s, okay? You're really starting to see a lot more push into Aquarian energy, and I'll talk about what that means in a second. And now we really are going to see a major leap into the front door of the age of Aquarius, okay? Has the new age officially begun? I think so, within this time frame, okay? It is the seed planting of the age of Aquarius, okay? Now, this is an age that's going to be lasting for 2,000 so years, okay? So the seed planting, think about when you plant a seed, it doesn't look like much, okay? But this is the beginning of it all. Okay, and the thing about it is these past couple of years, I think since we had the North Node in Leo and the South Node in Aquarius, which was like a refreshing and a major karmic reset of that Aquarian energy to prepare us for this new age. It was like kind of like when you're tearing up the crops, you know what I'm saying? And you're taking out the weeds and you're getting the soil prepared for this new age, prepared for the planting of whatever you're going to do, whatever crop, okay? I'm from deep down the South, so I'm just going to give you references of the country, okay? But that's what we were doing. The North Node was in Leo, about finding our heart, finding who we truly are, learning to love ourselves. There were so many people that gained new hobbies, learn kind of what they like to do. Because the thing about it in society, we work so hard and we're on these routines and trying to achieve and get all these things. We sometimes get lost and don't necessarily know truly what we want, truly what we're the best at, truly what makes our heart happy, okay? So we were able to begin to touch into the heart starting in May 2017. Before then, I feel like it was still a lot of getting used to all the new energies coming in. There's a lot of shifting occurring. I had my awakening right around 2012. A lot of people kind of really had a shift in consciousness in that time as well. But now, with that North Node Leo, that was 18 months of that South Node being in Aquarius as well, preparing the soil, okay? And then we just had the North Node in Cancer, South Node in Capricorn. And the South Node in Capricorn, what that is, that energy is what we're wanting to break ourselves out of and liberate ourselves from to move into the age of Aquarius. Okay, Capricorn and Pisces, which is the age we're leaving, sextile each other. And so they honestly work together in a way, okay? In that Pisces age, the age we're leaving, Pisces is about hierarchy. It's about, I must sacrifice myself for the higher good of someone else, okay? And there's again, positives and negatives with all of these things. Pisces is, about illusions. In order for me to feel like I am achieving something or great, I must put you down. Okay, or there has to be some kind of illusion of I am this and you are that. Okay, think about the amount of people that create a face in reality but are a completely different person at home or inside. They project confidence but really they're insecure, or they project a surety, they know what's going on, but really they're still confused, okay? Or they control other people because they can't control themselves, okay? This is all very Piscean, okay? Because there's a little bit of a confusion on the reality of things. Instead of really taking the truth and reality of what is, which is Virgo, the opposite of Pisces, and really discerning and nitpicking, okay, this is how I am, this is really what it is. Pisces is like, you know what, I don't want to feel that, so I'm going to just create it, everything's fine, okay? Notice all of the TVs and the media and all these screens. We're literally looking at a screen right now. You're looking at me through a screen, okay? That's so Pisces. It's this elusive, it's real, but it's not real, you know what I'm saying? Pisces is also about suffering and the collective consciousness and what connects us, okay? So we had to experience a lot of suffering and a lot of life lessons that deal with making us feel connected. You hear a lot of the brotherhood, the sisterhood, when you talk about that Pisces energy, okay? Pisces also rules deception, though, okay? And there's been a lot of things that we have been deceived upon when it comes to the history we learn, when it comes to the information that the major systems in society share is good for us, okay? Throughout the age of Pisces, there was a lot of destruction in occult information, which made it a cult, okay? And now that we're getting to the age of Aquarius, which is the age of information, we're getting re-informed, okay, on things that were once lost and once elusive and lost in the oceanic energies of Pisces, okay? Certain people, because of power issues, hierarchy in Pisces, did not want other people to have the information of power, empowerment, okay? Astrology empowers you, okay? And it gives you the ability to see patterns in life, okay? It makes you, in control of your life, okay? Tarot oracle cards gives you a connection to the divine, okay? A lot of occult information, okay? The Kemetic principles that tell you the laws of the universe. All of these things were hidden, okay? Because if they were continued to be shared throughout the public, everyone would feel individually empowered and be doing their own thing, and that would take away the power of whoever was in power, right? And then you get again, because there's this delusion of I must be higher than someone else to make me feel stronger, age of Pisces, whereas age of Aquarius is about the collective, the humanitarian efforts, how we all are one slice of the same pie. So we all can rule and enjoy ourselves more like how they do. We see more in nature. Okay. Yes, there are certain species that have one ruler, that kind of thing. But when you look at the majority of nature, how birds fly together and things, it's a lot of shared connection based on each little person is a jigsaw puzzle. We're all uniquely cut. And through understanding yourself, Leo, the opposite of Aquarius, which is why we had that North Node Leo, through understanding yourself and your uniqueness, Aquarius, then you can share that uniqueness and see how you fit within the group. Okay, there's no need for hierarchy, right? And so as we're backing out of the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius, we're going to see a lot of shedding of that hierarchical system. Notice as well, who makes the most money on TV? Reality stars outside of celebrities, okay? Before, especially before the 70s and the 80s I was talking about, it was a lot of the celebrities and the politicians. They had a complete separate agenda from the people, everyone else, okay? They were the only people on television and all these things. But now, the TV shows are more showing, like when I was growing up, it's TV shows showing the relationship between people. And think about starting in the 70s and 80s, you had all these family TV shows coming out, okay? And it's showing the more modern life. It's not showing those are the royals, the kings, the queens. It's showing we're all one and we all have special gifts and abilities. And those royals and kings and queens we're seeing are also just normal people too. Information, internet, the video, the TV, all these things are very Aquarian, okay? Even though television is very Pisces as well, sharing television in a way that is informative and for spreading it for everyone to use is Aquarian, okay? And so since then we started to get more into reality. Let me see how you really live. And we're really now seeing, especially now as we already had Saturn jump into Aquarius for a second, and we're really, really close to the moving to the age of Aquarius, the opposite energy of Aquarius is Leo. And as we have all these planets moving to Aquarius in 2021, they're going to oppose that Leo energy, and Leo rules the royalty, okay? So you're going to see a major depletion of, and you're already seeing it, major depletion of power of people that are in power, and more of people that come to power and that have influence are just regular people, okay? And they are empowering other people to just stand up more within themselves. And that's what we're moving to as we move to the age of Aquarius. We're helping people to empower and learn who they are authentically, heal all the issues keeping them from being their authentic self, because all that Pisces drama, okay, was creating a lot of facades and a lot of layers, and society makes you try to do a whole bunch of things that are not really truly you. So nobody truly knows who they are, okay? And so through the understanding of diving deep and using the information like astrology and all these things that Aquarius brings, okay, you learn and discover who you are, right? Aquarius, the motto for Aquarius is I know. It's about having an objective understanding, like a bird's eye view, okay? Think about astrology. Astrology is actually ruled over by Aquarius, okay? Aquarian energies rules astrology because you're looking at a big chart and how the patterns of the planets are moving. That's a bird's eye view. Okay, and so Pisces had us very subjective, looking at this is how I'm feeling and this is how you're feeling, and shifting and changing all these karmic situations back and forth and back and forth. We got a little foggy, okay, and Aquarius is going to go, okay, let's back that up. Let's see, excuse me. Aquarius is known for detachment. It's not about, I think that there's a really bad misconception about the word detachment with Aquarius. It's not about let me just detach by, okay. That's not it at all. Aquarius is about taking an objective perspective. The only way to see the bird's eye is to be the bird. Oh, you get what I'm saying? You have to have the distance, okay? It's not that I'm not connected to you. I'm just farther from you, okay? So that I can have I can observe the situation, right? Because Aquarius energy is also about innovation and the future. And so in order to see what's coming, you have to have a grand understanding of what is. If you get lost in the situation of what everything is, how are you going to truly figure out where things are going? You know what I'm saying? So you have to zoom yourself out. That is what detachment is, okay? Aquarian energy, like astrology, you have to get out of your own, fears of the reality, fears of seeing who you truly are, and healing that to then want to discover and look into astrology. A lot of people don't want their chart read and things like that because it does read who you are, okay? And there's a lot of parts of people that they've been hiding and trying to keep down, or if it's not even consciously hiding, there's certain things within themselves that they don't want to deal with, okay, or they don't even know. And so there's an internal issue, an internal frustration with, something that would bring something to light, okay? Aquarius is about the water bearer, the light bringer, all right? And so the bringer of information, okay? To enrich is the water bearer, okay, the waters of life, to give you nourishment, to nourish you, and it's your soul, okay? Through information and knowledge of who you are, you understand who you authentically are, what that authentically means for you in life, what's the best things for you in life, and then you can really truly nourish yourself. And then you also know what's the best way to put yourself out there, because we all have unique gifts and talents given to us by the divine. And if we stop listening to what other people are telling us to do and we just listen to naturally what we're good at, okay? And it's funny that I wear crystals and things now. When I look back, I had an amethyst crystal in elementary school and I was in love with it. I don't even know where it went, but I was obsessed with crystals at one point, okay? And now look at me. I'm a metaphysical, I love this stuff, okay? It makes sense, all right? Natural things I've always been obsessed with, okay? The stars, I could stare at the sky my entire life, okay? Now look what I do. I look at the stars, and through a digital understanding. And I also, lastly, have always loved to help people. And so I look at the stars to get a higher understanding and then share that to help other people get a higher understanding. Boom. Been doing it since I was like 4, okay? And if I should have just continued through that, and now look, I'm back doing it, okay? That's the age of Aquarius. That's Aquarian energy. It's what are you uniquely good at? How can you codify that and then share that with the rest of everyone else? Aquarius rules networks, friendships, humanitarian efforts, okay? How are we connected, all right? How are we equal, all right? One con of, downside of being Aquarius is it's hard to understand truly yourself, your sense of identity, because the opposite is Leo. If you're so Aquarian, you're so good at, sacrificing parts of yourself to fit in the whole, okay, and making sure everyone works out, everyone's networked together, that you sometimes lose your sense of self, all right? But that's why we've been working with that North Node in Leo since 2017, the North Node in Cancer, to really make you understand how you truly feel. Now we have the North Node in Gemini helping us to understand who we truly conceptually are from a mental perspective, and be more curious to understand, oh, maybe it's this that I actually like, and maybe opening ourselves up to this, and it's opening our mind to new things. Then we're going to have the North Node in Taurus in about 10 months for that 18-month period to help us get a new sense of self-worth and self-value of this is who I truly am. Then the North Node in Aries comes, and all these things that are happening with the stellium of planets moving through Aquarius. So at the same time as we're doing the major seed planting over these next few years, we're going to have these energies helping to empower and teach us who we really are authentically as a people, okay? And from there, then we'll be able to just step away from all the systems that kept us down and kept us feeling less than, okay? Because the thing about it is those systems require you to be afraid. They require you to think less of yourself. They require you to cut away a lot of your authentic self, okay? Think about even just insurance in general. Insurance is nothing but a whole company based off the fear of what could happen. You know what I'm saying? Not saying people should not have insurance, but you get what I'm saying, okay? That entire capital was based off of that, all right? The whole 9-to-5 system, that was recently made, okay? The Industrial Revolution was not that long ago, okay? Before that, everyone was doing what they naturally were good at. We just got to get back to that, okay? And then use that and innovate in a new way, all right? The one thing I want to mention again really quick before I step into something else is Aquarian energy is ruled by Saturn, okay? And this is the thing I want to mention that a lot of people I feel like might get a little confused with as we move into the new age. Aquarius is seen as the rebel and the innovator and the one that wants to be unique and breaks the status quo, the trendsetter, and all these things are true. Okay, but Aquarius is ruled by Saturn. Okay, this is the ancient ruler of Aquarius. Yes, the modern ruler is Uranus, but it's still co-ruled by Saturn. Let's not jump straight to Uranus and leave Saturn. Saturn still rules over Aquarius, okay? As an Aquarius with Saturn in Aquarius and a lot of other placements in Aquarius, I can vouch for that, okay? But the thing about Saturn is the long and slow and steady wins the race to get to the top, okay? And if you know about doing something for a long time and putting a lot of effort into something, you have to have a lot of reevaluations. There has to be a lot of remixes and tweaks to the system, okay? If you ever started working somewhere and you had like an expert, someone who's been working there for years helping you, they have a lot of little systems and little ways of doing things that make it more efficient, okay? If you just continue doing something the way that you've always been doing it, eventually it's not going to be successful because life doesn't keep doing things the way it always does it. Life is constantly growing and expanding, okay? So Saturn is about the efficient way to master something and get to the top of the mountain. But Aquarius comes after Saturn and lets Saturn know, hey, yes, in reality, in this 3D world, it does make sense to keep doing something the way you've been doing it to get to the top. But let's continue to, Aquarius is about the energy after Saturn. Saturn rules the reality. Aquarius is about, there's things outside of just this reality though. It's the objective perspective, the zoomed out perspective. Aquarius rules the cosmos, okay? Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius, the co-ruler of Aquarius, rules the skies. He's the sky god, okay? And so through zooming out, okay, Aquarius is also ruler over aliens, okay? All Aquarians feel like we're not from Earth, okay? We're not. Okay? I know I'm not, okay? I'm not from here, okay? Been here a lot, but I'm not from here, I can tell, okay? But anyways, it's that zoomed out perspective, okay? And it tells Saturn, hey Saturn, I know you got the lockdown on Earth, but life in the universe continues to evolve, okay? There's a cosmic influence leading things on Earth. It's not just what you see, okay? If we just follow Saturn, that's true. It would just, what you do, you follow these rules, you'll get the success, okay? That's true to an extent. But also, certain times in life, all the rules may say do this, but there could be a certain intuition telling you that if you do this, there's a higher purpose in that, and that's going to help you move forward, okay? It's not about just doing what everyone says to do. Okay, and so Aquarius is still Saturnian, but it's that Saturnian wisdom that comes after Capricorn that says, okay, Capricorn, I know you understand that, how to get to the top, but let's also incorporate that there is life, that there's also other people around, that there's also a cosmic influence, okay? It takes that Capricorn understanding and connects it to everyone around, okay? There's other people around you, okay? Capricorns can be kind of cold when they get to the top. And if you know someone really trying to achieve and achieve and achieve, people cut throats to get to the top. That's Capricorn, okay? Aquarius is like, hey, okay, we're gonna get to the top, but there's better ways of doing that. If you help someone else, they'll help you, and then you both can connect and move forward, okay? If you stop trying to, you gotta stop trying to do everything and work on micromanaging. Work on sharing your resources. Work on looking at, okay, what skills are you really good at instead of trying to do all the skills. Do what you're really good at and then get people that are really good at other things, and then we all can move forward as a group, okay? That is Aquarius. It connects the understanding of how to move forward with the understanding of how life works in unity. It keeps us, Capricorn kind of makes you see things as very separate. I need to be better than this person to get to the top. Aquarius is like, if we all just authentically do what we're supposed to do, shine our light and authentically who we are, life, the divine, is going to bless us and move us forward in the way we are, because we're working not against nature. We're working with everything. We're working with nature, working with others. So we don't have any clashing. So we can all rise, okay? Then that's what Aquarius is, okay? And so what we're getting out of a lot of is this Capricorn. We've been getting out of it for a long time, but really notice these past 3 years when we had, basically 3, yeah, when we had Saturn move into into Capricorn to join Pluto. And then last year, 2019, into all of 2020, late 2019, Jupiter moved into Capricorn to make the stellium. Now we have Pluto, Saturn, and Jupiter in Capricorn, okay? Restructuring. Pluto's about rebirthing. And it's been there since 2008, okay? And notice that's the financial crisis that started a lot of the decay of the capital system, okay? And I'm not just saying capitalism, I'm saying big business, okay? Notice all the bankruptcies. I made other videos about that in my collective videos, where I make these videos about not just you personally, but how astrology is affecting the collective and where we're moving collectively. Check that I love that section, okay? That's why I get kind of deep. And one of these videos, this is going to be in that section, okay? But, the bankruptcies and things like that. Notice as well how many people no longer want to do the 9 to 5. They realize, you know what? I want to enjoy my life more. I don't want to give all my energy to someone else. COVID also really showed a lot of people, I'm so replaceable. My job I'm gone like that, okay? Or my job is gone like that. Now what? Okay? I don't want to put and depend on someone else, okay? I don't want to depend on another system to get me to the top. That's Capricorn as well, okay? The authorities that help the people, okay? Aquarius is about sharing the information that got you to the top so that we all can get to the top and we don't have to worry about this kind of hierarchical understanding of things, okay? And so we've been learning that people are getting more empowered, learning their skills, learning their gifts, doing their side projects, their side hustles, and realizing this is more satisfying. I want to work more from home, okay? And now COVID is hit and we really are working from home. But this is helping us to understand more of who we are. We're at home more, so we have more time to think about things, to understand what we're good at as well. And some people are being forced to do that. Your job is gone. Now you have to do something that you're good at, because a lot of jobs you can't just go and get jobs like that anymore, okay? And with things, there's going to be a little bit more restriction. I'm going to talk about that in a second when I get into exactly what December to May is bringing, but I have to kind of get you into that, okay? But there will be more restriction coming, and a lot of more jobs that you have to apply for, you're not even going to be able to do because they're either going to be all digital, all from home, or already taken, okay? So it's a lot. The universe is kind of forcing and squeezing us to find what you authentically are good at and begin doing that and producing that. Be your own independent self. That is Aquarius, okay? Who authentically you are and how that connects with other people. But you have to be your independent self. There have been so many people healing codependency and feeling, notice about the term narcissism and the empath and codependency, all these terms, okay? We're learning a lot more about, which is the age of Aquarius. We're getting more information. We're getting more informed to be able to heal these things and have a new awareness, Aquarius, a higher understanding, an awakening of what true interdependence is, not codependence, interdependence, okay? We still can interact, but I'm not going to lose myself, okay? So that's what we're moving more into. And notice these things. I'm showing these things. People are either losing their jobs or leaving their jobs to have more power within themselves and more control within themselves. The money is shifting as well. Notice you can make a lot more money now as an entrepreneur, okay? That's kind of shifting. People are noticing that the amount of money you can make a lot more in a grander scheme than the hourly rate, okay? Because of the internet especially. You can share to so many people and be making bank, okay? So people are starting to realize this. Also, a lot of the people that began that are in millennial age and younger, okay? A lot of YouTube stars are making millions over just sharing what they like to do on YouTube, sharing what they're good at on YouTube, okay? This is Aquarian. Let me just bring it back to the water bearer. Every Aquarian is the water bearer, okay? I don't want to make it seem like I'm the water bearer. I'm the water bearers, okay? I'm one of the water bearers, okay? And we walk through life and we have a jug. And as we go through our life, especially in our younger age, because we're Saturnian, by the way, we got to gain our wisdom through kind of struggle, okay? It's slow and steady wins the race over here, okay? But it's so that we can gain lots of wisdom on what is going on in life, okay? And each Aquarian is different because, again, Aquarius rules the unique energy. And so we get unique wisdom poured into our cup from our life experiences, okay? And Aquarius also rules sudden information and claircognizance, so we also get a lot of random pours. And just like whenever we need to pour out to someone else, we get what we need, okay? And we walk around, and then once we learn to authentically embrace ourselves and heal, because that's the main thing with Aquarius, we're the oddballs and the black sheep in life. We don't fit, okay? But that's purposeful. We don't fit so that we can learn to embrace that no one truly fits and embrace who you are, and then share that to other people to help them embrace who they are so that nobody's trying to fit into anything, okay? And so basically, We walk around, and then we're pouring this wisdom once we heal ourselves. Okay, so as we get into this age of Aquarius, it's about now removing anything that's keeping you from being your independent self. And everyone's now getting their jugs and starting to learn who they are, looking back on their life and healing a lot of things that kept them from moving forward and being their authentic self. Okay, then you're going to see a lot of Aquarians coming to power, and that's already been happening, to help people even more. Hey, this is going to help you out. Okay, think about Ellen DeGeneres, Oprah, these talk shows hosted by Aquarius. They're the main ones that help people, especially Oprah, help people to understand themselves. Oprah was one of the first people that did a talk show that talked about how to improve your life, okay, and talked about life in general, right? That's Aquarian as hell, okay? Sharing to the people about life and the unique aspects of life and how to embrace yourself, okay? And so all these things are what we're stepping into more, okay? Leaving the codependence on systems and other people and other things, which ends up taking your power away, so that you can be secure because there's no internal security. Two, being more internally secure so that you can do it all on yourself and then connect with other people, and everybody's doing it all on themselves. Okay, and so that is what we're beginning. Okay, but again, let me say this is an age of 2,500 years ish. It's not just going to click in. Okay, now we're doing a major leap forward. We're really planting the seeds, and I'm going to get into exactly the last section is in more detail, but I want to kind of give a general understanding of what's going on. So you can see it in the global scheme. You definitely are seeing this. People are getting more to, I want to do things on my own. I want to be reliant on myself. Okay? And now, especially with COVID hitting, right before we move into the new age and plant these seeds, people are really having to sit down and really look and see what they truly want, really look and see as well the people outside of them. We're not really supporting them. Okay, so many people realize, wow, now that I'm not really around my connections, I don't really need them as much as I thought I did. Okay, or now that I lost my job, I was so putting all my energy into the system that just dropped me like that. Let me now put my energy into something that can be more self-reliant, so I don't have to deal with this anymore. Okay, you also notice the children are watching. Okay, they're looking and seeing, oh wow, all these jobs are ending. Everyone's working from home. Let me go ahead and start thinking about what I can do so that when I go ahead and leave from high school, I can figure things out. People are noticing colleges are about to start and already have been losing funding. Okay, and people are starting to see, college for what it truly is, a place of increased knowledge that's not necessary. Okay, I went to college. Yes, I needed it personally. Okay, other people might not need it, but the necessity of you should do this, you should do that, that's Capricorn. The reinvention of these options are for certain people is Aquarius. Okay, so the youth is seeing that. Okay, I want to mention as well, a lot of the rioting, the protesting occurring. Some people are saying that that's not going to work. We're just doing this for nothing. That's not true. Okay, this age of Aquarius is a long age, all right, and a lot of the generations that are going to be in the age of Aquarius are not even here yet. Okay, all these protests, yes, and they are doing things. Okay. But the main thing they're doing is connecting and uniting the people. That's what they're doing. That's the main T. Okay. Yes, we're working to change the government, change the systems. But this change in systems is going to take years and years and years and years and years. Okay. Just to let you know. Okay. The Aquarian age is a fixed sign. Aquarius is a fixed sign. It's about things that hold. It takes a long time. It's about slow and steady wins the race. Okay. This is not the age of Aries. It's about instant changes. Okay. This is the age of Aquarius. Okay. Sudden changes and shocking change, but it's change that comes with time because it's Saturnian as well as Uranian. Okay, my whole life there's been a lot of sudden shifts and sudden changes, but in the background I'm constantly growing and constantly that Saturnian energy is still there. Okay, and so that's what this new age is. We're going to have these sudden shifts, and one of these sudden shifts is coming in the months I'm about to talk about. Okay, but the steady growth is again steady. Okay. And so that's what we're stepping into. Okay, it's major. You're seeing a lot of that major shedding of the past things and little seeds planting of this newness. Okay, back to what I was saying with the protesting. A lot of it, though, we're looking and seeing. We're connecting as a group. Wow, we all together deserve better. Before then, it was very isolated around yourself. I'm struggling, and the system is the issue. But now we're looking and seeing, well, we actually can step outside of this system. This system is the issue. It's not us. Okay. There's a lot of things people are. It's seed planting time. You get what I'm saying? In all ways, not just planting seeds in your actions, but also a lot of what's happening in the collective. What's happening is planting seeds in our consciousness of, hey, is this the right thing? Really? Is this what we should be doing? Okay. Donald Trump, that whole presidency. Okay. I honestly wasn't so mad about it. Now, do I like the man? No, personally. Okay, but I'm not going to dive deep into my personal preferences. But looking at the higher objective of things, okay, Aquarius, he really allowed people to, number one, come out of the woodworks with how they felt, because he didn't care how he felt. He was one of the first presidents that didn't have that mask. He was exactly authentically who he is, okay, which is showing people they can be their authentic selves. Now, this is the thing. People have all been hiding behind masks. People are there's a lot of crazy, and, you know, behind the scenes. And now we're seeing that in the collective. A lot of things that we thought were over, they have just been swept underneath the rug, okay? But he helps to kind of bring this out in people, okay? He also is a trigger for a lot of these old systems that need to go, okay? And a trigger to help people to see that they need to be interdependent within themselves and self-sufficient, okay? So even though there's a lot of chaos that's come from the presidency, there's a higher purpose in everything, okay? It's getting people, you know what, I can't, if he can be president, anybody can be president, and, you know, I just need to focus on myself, you know what I'm saying? And that's just one perspective, but you get, this is a good bit of the higher perspective. When I started, and again, you know, by certain energies, okay, certain people can see a little bit deeper in these things a little bit earlier, and a lot of the youth has that ability, okay, and I'm one of them, okay? I'm moving out of the youth into my, you know, adult, but you get what I'm saying. From us, millennials down especially, okay, our eyes are open, okay, not just these two, right? So once I was already in high school, I was noticing politicians are a little off, a little crazy, okay? They're supposed to be leading us, and I'm looking at the conspiracies and things that they're going through and all that. I'm like, I don't know if I can fully trust the system, okay? So I'm not going to do, I already committed to, I'm not going to be doing the 9-to-5 thing, because that's, something could go wrong there, okay? So I started to focus on self-employment in high school, okay? Then I was teaching dance by the end of high school, okay? Starting to do things on my own, okay? Because I was like, well, as long as I get self-sufficient on myself, yes, it'll affect me a little bit what the government is doing, that's true. But the major effect is I'm not going to feel as much, because I'm going to be self-sufficient. I'm going to be doing my own thing, okay? And so that is the Aquarian age. Okay, think about capitalism in general. You need people, the need to buy to make money. But if everybody's doing their own thing and not feeling the need to, you know, I need to go and get these top makeup brands because now I authentically know myself and I don't feel the need to overdo my aesthetic. Not saying because I love makeup, okay? But a lot of the majority of makeup comes from the ads of all they show is like, you know, oh, you don't have any makeup on, you get what I'm saying, all that stuff. Okay, or once people understand and start to love their body more and start to, you know, become and embody their authentic self, a lot of the ads and a lot of the companies that are benefiting from our fears, from our insecurities, and putting those out and shouting those out, you should have this body, okay? Making everybody else insecure, okay? But once we get more authentically understanding of who we are, Aquarius, okay, and start loving ourselves more, then those systems, they're going to go away, okay? And people are going to be connecting more with other people. Hey, I got the clothes that'll fit your body type because this is what I wear, okay? People have more skills as well. I actually make clothes for my body type. Let me hook you up. And then we start to go back and interconnect how we once were. And we also have the internet now to make it global, okay? This is where we're moving in the age of Aquarius, all right? Like bartering, but like on a whole nother level, okay? And a collective focus instead of a me first focus, okay? Greed is also going to start to be pointed out more. We're looking and seeing, we have the internet now, to see, you know, when you're seeing other humans being blasted by officials, you know, and tear gas and all these things, this is starting to pick up our empathy as a group. Like, do all those people deserve that? You get what I'm saying? It's starting to open the eyes of the collective, okay? So these are all the things that we're moving into. This is the new age Aquarius is moving into, okay? So that's what I had to do. drop real quick. Okay, so this is what you're noticing. Now, let me just finish and add the topping off with December 2020 through May 2021. This is the leap forward, okay? Leaping into the new age, okay? And the main thing this is December 21st of 2020, Saturn and Jupiter are going to meet together at 0 degrees of Aquarius, okay? Which is the starting point of Aquarius. And if you're into numerology, 0 is a portal energy. 0 represents the nothingness that creates everything. 0 is the darkness before the light. 0 is the divine feminine energy. It's the womb. It's the space of planting the seed, literally. Okay. Saturn is the planet of structure. Like I talked about how to get to the top of the mountain, how to order your life to master life. Jupiter is the planet of expansion. The experiences in life we go through to gain the wisdom to move forward and continue moving forward. Okay. Jupiter is the higher plan, the vision forward. Jupiter, literally Sagittarius, the ruling energy over Jupiter, or Jupiter rules over Sagittarius, is the arrow shooting forward, okay? And so Jupiter's energy is about the vision forward. Saturn is how to structure that down into reality. So every 20 years, Saturn and Jupiter meet together. Every about 20 years, Saturn and Jupiter meet together. And for that next 20-year cycle, wherever they met, we have a energy of growth and an extreme manifestation, okay? Because when Saturn and Jupiter are in harmony, you have the ability to envision things with Jupiter and expand your mind and not get too cold into this is the way it should be. You keep an open mind. And you also have the structure to manifest these desires, okay? Because some people are really great at working, but they don't have that creative and expansive mindset and that vision. And other people have amazing dreaming ability but can't materialize it now. And so once you have both of those together, okay, that's how you can truly manifest things. That's life. You receive divine inspiration and then you manifest it out. You use your physical body to enact the divine impulse, okay? And so every 20 years or so, Saturn and Jupiter meet in an area and we see progress from those 20 years on, okay? 20 years ago, in 2000, Saturn and Jupiter met in the sign of Taurus, okay? And 200 years prior to that, they were in earth signs, okay? This is the thing. They meet every 20 years, but for about 200 years, they meet in the same element, okay? There's 4 elements in astrology: air, earth, water, and fire, okay? And so, the thing about it is, the reason I'm doing this is in a lot of astrology and life in general, you move into something new, but then there's a period of kind of going back for reflection, going back to get one last bit of advice before you fully move into something new. Now think about it in life. You're moving forward, then this lesson comes, and you're like, oh my gosh. Then you slowly learn to heal the lesson, but then there's always that one test, okay, to see if you learned the lesson. If you did, you keep going. If you didn't, you try it again, okay? So every 200 years, Saturn and Jupiter meet in the same area, but right before they shift into a new element, they kind of jump back and forth, okay? So in 2000, yes, they did meet in Taurus, which is an earth sign. And in 2020, they're about to meet in about a month, okay, in Aquarius, an air sign, which is going to start for the next 200 years, meetings in the energy of air, okay? But prior to the meeting in Taurus, they met in Libra in 81, okay? So it was 2000 and 1981, they met in Libra, which actually is an air sign, okay? But prior to that, for 200 years, it was all Earth. So you get what I'm saying, how it's like, it was 200 years of Earth, okay, from like the 1800s, okay? Earth, okay, even 1700s, Earth. Well, basically, mid-1700s until 1981. Then there was 20 years of air, okay? And then it became, and think about all of the communication and relationship focus that we had in the 80s, in the 90s, okay? A lot of connecting in new ways, a lot of standing up through your voice, a lot of issues with relationships, okay? And balancing that out, okay? Air signs are the social signs about connecting with other people, okay? And about intellect and information, okay? A lot of information shifts. The internet and a lot of ways to share information boomed after 81, okay? And then the thing about it is, we had this one in Taurus in 2000, which took all of that growth in the air and then manifested it down, Okay, from 2000 until now, there's been a massive manifestation. Taurus is about things you grow. We've been growing, think about technology, the cell phone since 2000. Insane. The TV since 2000. Cars since 2000. Money has expanded. People have been making a lot more money since 2000. Okay. All of the ideas and conceptual things that people were coming up with from 81 to 20, from 1981 to 2000, we manifested it down with the Taurus energy, the last Earth energy of the past 200 years. But think about since the mid 1700s, so much was industrial. How much can we build? How much power can I have? How much land can I have? How much money can I have? Greed, 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 greed. Oil, 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 oil. All these things are Earth. Okay, money, Earth, stability, structures, government systems, greed. All this is that Earth energy we were working on. Now we're moving into 200 years of air after December 21st, 2020. Okay, do you understand? Okay, how powerful this is? For the next 200 years, we're going to be manifesting more about social connection, manifesting more about intellectual development, manifesting more about growing in our mindset as a collective, which is what we really need. We have tons of things, okay? But the processing of things, our empathy as a collective, our ability to understand, our wisdom as a collective, our knowledge as a collective is not there. Not there, okay? And so this next 200 years to get us to the great awakening, the higher level in consciousness that we are destined to move to in the age of Aquarius, okay? And so this is really big news that we're moving this energy. And the thing I love about Aquarius being the first of the air energies for the next 200 years, yes, I'm an Aquarius, and of course I love that. But Aquarius is the air energy that likes to manifest down because it's mainly ruled by Saturn, okay? Aquarius is about taking the innovative insight and figuring out how to structure it into society, okay? Structuring the future into society, that is Aquarius, okay? And so even though we're moving to 200 years of air, Aquarius is the air sign that is the most Earth-like because it's ruled by Saturn, which is Earth as hell, okay, and reality-based, all right? So we're going to be taking all of our intellectual pursuits over these next 20 years with this meeting of Saturn and Jupiter at the start of Aquarius, planting seeds and being able to innovate new things, but at the same time manifesting them into society. So this is really great, okay? And it's at 0 degrees Aquarius, again, the portal. It's literally a 20-year journey of, here we go, new beginnings, new beginnings, new beginnings, okay? And we're going to, of course, see the development of that over these next 20 years, because it's not that, think about since 2000, the technology was incrementally growing, okay? That's going to happen because it's Saturn and Jupiter. Jupiter expands, but through increment Saturn, okay? So we're going to see that over the next 20 years, and it's going to be great because Saturn loves being in Aquarius. He rules over it, so it's going to be very strong, okay? Jupiter nor Saturn work the best in Taurus, the Earth sign, because how can Jupiter expand in a heavy Earth? Okay, he did it, but this is you get what I'm saying. And Saturn, works okay in Taurus, but Saturn being in his rulership of Aquarius is really going to be great for this next 20 years. Okay, really, really great. Okay, and so that again starts December 21st of 2020. Okay, major new beginnings happening now. Right now, what I want to start talking about, okay, is what's going to come into 2021 as we move into this new age. I talked about the general understanding of the age of Aquarius, how we're shifting into it. I talked about Saturn and Jupiter and how that's so important and really the time of seed planting. I'm thinking December 21st, 2020 is the start of the age of Aquarius. Okay. Now, like I said before, we've been starting for a long time, but if we wanted to give a pinpoint, I would say the burst of energy that's going to bring us so much forward into this new age is really initiated December 21st, 2020, okay? When you think about a race, the initiation is not the major part of the race, okay? So just because we're not seeing major, insane expansion right around December 21st of 2020, even though we will see new beginnings happening, this is the start, okay? And the thing about it is the Gregorian calendar supposedly is 8 years off, and if that is true, the Mayans would have been thinking that this December 21st, 2020, because if you add December 21st, 2012, which is supposed to be the galactic the harmonic convergence, and the real start of the new age, and the end of the world, all that, remember that back then? this would actually be it, the end of the world, because we're stepping into the new age. We're ending the old world. Okay, I think that that's what the Mayans are talking about, is this time, not 2012. Even though that happened, a lot of things happened. I awakened around then. This is the time. Okay, but that's just my theory. Okay, I need to get a little bit more research into that, but that's just what I feel intuitively. So let me go a little bit more into my notes, because I was talking a lot more, but I want to get to my notes to just finish this out for you guys. Because December 2020 is when we start a lot of energy, and the main push forward, the main seed planting goes through May of 2021. Okay, so that 6-month period mainly is going to be insane with changes and shifts and seed planting. Okay, now the thing I want to mention before I get even deeper into this, Aquarius energy, if you know any Aquarians, the reason we want to innovate is because we're so uncomfortable where we are. Okay, just mention that. Okay, Saturn rules restriction, okay, and limitation and hard work, and so Aquarius is the black sheep, the oddball. And the thing about it is, growing up when we first start in situations, and this is not even just in youth. This is as we move through life too. We get in a new situation and we don't fit initially. Okay, then we have to learn how to accept ourselves and make who we are fit without sacrificing ourselves. And then share that and help other people in that group to embrace more themselves, to make it more of a harmonic connection. Okay, but again, like I said, it starts from discomfort. Okay, even when I dance, I'm pretty flexible, but that came from not just because I want my legs high. It came from when I danced, I did certain moves and I felt restricted because I was not flexible. I couldn't kick my leg high. I couldn't do certain things. My hips felt tight in certain areas. So I was like, I want to feel free, which is Aquarius, liberation. Okay, liberation of the mind. Once you free your mind, whatever a man thinketh, what is that quote? What a man thinketh he is, or something like that. He manifests. I don't know. Whatever. That's the main quote. Okay, but once you shift your mind, you can shift your reality. Okay, so this is what the age of Aquarius really is. But it's going to start with discomfort, so that we can shift our mind and then shift our reality. Okay. I went through hell, and I'm still going through discomfort, but a lot of it started, it's still there, but it was a lot of discomfort when I woke up. I didn't just wake up in this amazing energy. I was in a very tough space, very deeply depressed, and then it came through that liberated energy. I need to break free from this because I cannot be restricted anymore. Okay. Anytime in my life that I've broken free and been rebellious, it's because I was too restricted, and I had to make a new way. Okay. So this is what's going to happen. Okay, we think this new age is just going to be like rainbows and butterflies. The restriction is going to be getting even tighter as we get into 2021. Okay, because Saturn and Jupiter are going to move into Aquarius and start to square Uranus in Taurus. Okay, Uranus has been in Taurus since it jumped in mid-2017, but mainly since mid-2018, and it'll be there for another 4 or 5 years or so. And Taurus rules Earth. It rules the stability. Uranus rules upset and shocks to get higher awareness. Okay, so as Saturn and Jupiter are moving through the early parts of Aquarius, and from December 2020 through May 2021, they're going to be challenging the stability of Earth, which is Uranus there. Okay, so we're going to be focused on how can we innovate and break free while we're being challenged, and our sense of stability is being challenged, and our sense of comfort is being challenged. Taurus is also comforts. Okay. And so a lot of people are going to be more restricted. Think about Saturn, COVID really happened as Saturn was moving into Aquarius, okay? Notice Saturn's about to move back into Aquarius again in December, and the lockdown's getting more intense, okay? And Jupiter expands things, so Jupiter's going to expand this intense lockdown, okay? And this is not just happening in a lockdown with COVID. Notice all the laws being passed in governments. There's a lot of laws being passed with censorship things, and you can't share this anymore. Like in Nigeria, there's a lot of things passed, like in Poland, going on with birth control. Austria, I believe, just passed something. I'm not exactly sure. But a lot of governments are passing very restrictive laws, causing uprise in the people. Okay. Race issues have been going on like crazy throughout the world as well. Race riots and things like that. And there's a lot of, through the restriction of the people. Last to think about control, like police brutality that's all around the world as well. That's also what's happening in Nigeria in Africa, a lot of different places. Remember in Uganda, this has been happening for a long time, okay? But we're really starting to see it. People are getting fed up, okay? This is Aquarius, okay? Aquarius is going to take it for a little bit. We're going to take that hard work. We're going to try to keep feeling restricted. It's fine. And then at some point, it's going to be like, you know what? I can't do this anymore. I have to move forward. I have to break free. This is what we're starting to see, okay? And with Jupiter there and Saturn there and the stellium, Venus is going to be there. Mercury's going to be there in January and February. This is going to be people realizing, you know what? I can't do this anymore. And they're going to be starting to awake like that. But it's going to come through this feeling tight and squeezed more and more and more and more, okay? And so this is the beginning of the new age. It's going to happen through intensity, okay? So let me just say 2021, I'm so excited for it and the potential that it has, but it's going to come at a cost of suffering, okay? It's not just like 2020 did, okay? But notice the growth that happened in 2020 for people personally. 2021 is going to offer you the ability to actually do something with that growth, but it's going to, again, come through restriction. Uranus and Taurus also is the shakeup of finances, okay, which is Taurus, right? And when Saturn, which rules restriction and limitation, and Jupiter with it, which is expanding that, is square and challenging the stability of finances for everyone, where there's going to be even worse financial situations as we get into 2021 is what I think, okay? Unless, because the thing about it is you're going to see that, but then there's also going to be people really advancing, okay? Because they already have gotten out of the old systems and are being interdependent. Okay, so that's the kind of caveat. That's a little shift there. Okay, with this Aquarian energy, you're going to be blessed if you've already been trying to get more focused on self, being your authentic self. If you're on your authentic self from December 2020 through 2023, because Saturn will be moving through Aquarius then, and then, you know, shoot, for the next 20 years after that, Pluto especially, once Pluto moves into Aquarius in 2023, 2024, you really are going to be blessed and get empowered if you're your authentic self, and you're really going to get screwed if you're not, okay? Because Pluto's about getting to the depth of things, so it's really going to get deep in your Aquarian energy. Who really are you, okay? And so if you've been focused on that and getting more into your authentic self, which is why I think Aquarians are going to be getting ahead in this time, because that's what we do. I've been focusing on who I authentically am my entire life, okay? And now I have a great understanding of who authentically I am, okay? And I'm always going to be growing in that, but it's pretty deep, my understanding of self now, okay? And so that is the point, okay? If you've been authentically understanding yourself and now you're putting yourself out into the skills that are naturally gifted to you, then you're going to be blessed at this time, okay? It's still going to be a challenge to get there, but you're going to find innovative ways to make money, find innovative ways to get yourself liberated and free, financially free, spiritually free, mentally free, physically feeling free, okay, liberated, okay? If you haven't gotten there yet, then you're going to feel completely restricted even more by these older systems until you realize you can't depend on them anymore, and then you start to break free as well, okay? Either way, we're breaking free, okay? And usually the people that are feeling restricted are going to look at the other people like, wait, they're not restricted anymore. They used to be, but they started to, you know, let me follow what they're doing. And since it's this Aquarian age, everybody who's getting into power is not only doing what they authentically do, they're sharing it. Here, this is what I do. This is what I did, okay? But then notice the self-help books that have bloomed since, like I said before, the late 70s, 80s, but as we continue towards this time, it just keeps increasing. YouTube, the main thing people are doing on YouTube is sharing their life, sharing tutorials, sharing how-to, sharing guidance, okay? This is Aquarian, this is Aquarian age. And so as more people are doing that, it's helping people get free, okay? So this is what we're seeing, but this is not just going to be everybody's free, it's the new age. Once we get through maybe a few hundred years, yeah, but there's going to be a lot of need to break out of all of restriction that keeps people from being their authentic self. All of the issues with sexuality, we're going to have to deal with all those. All the issues with masculinity and not embracing the feminine, we're going to have to deal with that, okay? Men that don't even like, I've been hearing some men don't even wipe their butts all the way because they think it's gay. Like, all the repressed sexuality issues, men, you need to deal with that, okay? It's okay to be attracted to other men. That doesn't mean you have to marry one, okay? But this is things we need to jump for. Women, it's the same thing. We're a lot more fluid sexually than you think, okay? Just because you think someone else is attractive does not mean you need to sleep with them. Okay? But because we repress things, we start to increase the desire. You get what I'm saying? But anyways, body issues. We got to continue to move from that. Okay, we're gonna have to accept ourselves. I know. Computer just went to sleep. No second. Body issues. Okay, issues on self-expression. I'm different. I can't put myself out there. I look like this, but whatever. Okay, we're gonna have to deal with that. All these blocks from you being your authentic self, we're gonna have to deal with. Okay, once we get through that, then we're gonna see a lot more of the new age. Everybody's living their whole life and everybody's so happy and green, everything, and innovative. We're moving to that because every day more people are learning about themselves and accepting themselves and stepping into their authentic self. Every day, more and more people. Okay, and as we move, especially from December 2020 to May 2021, there's going to be a main push of that. People are going to be pushed to get to learn more about themselves and just being real with themselves because life is going to get real with them. Okay, and so that's the majority of what I wanted to say, guys. And that's what we're moving into. This Saturn conjunct Jupiter is really going to push us forward, but it's going to be not going to be the easiest ride. Okay, 2021 is going to be interesting, I'll say. Okay, it's going to be very Aquarian. If you have lots of planets in Aquarius, get ready. Okay, Jupiter. The last time it was in Aquarius was in late 2018, 2019. Think about what happened then. Aquarians, we have not had this since then. We're having a reset for 12 years. Okay. Saturn has not been in Aquarius for the past 29, 30 years. If you've been alive prior to that, then you're having a reset, especially if you're an Aquarian. A reset in the energy there, okay, and your karmic purpose. I'm having my Saturn returns, I'm having my reset and my karmic purpose. A lot of resets are happening for Aquarians to push us more into power, okay? But also, this is to help push the humanity more into power, okay? But again, like I said before, if you already have not fully stepped in your authenticity, and are not already kind of doing your own thing, you're going to feel a squeeze and even more of a restriction from society, okay, and the structures of society, okay. Because even with COVID, like it hasn't really restricted me too much because I find ways. I know myself. I'm like, okay, well, I can't go this place, but at least I can go to the park. I love going to the park. I can just still enjoy my music there. I find ways to still do me, okay. When you authentically know yourself, you know how to maneuver through life and still do you. Okay, this is what life is teaching us now. Okay, as we're moving to this new age. Right, so pay attention to that. Okay, but really from December 21st, 2020, moving forward until May. The reason I'm saying May is because that's when the planets start to go retrograde, and we do a little bit more of an internal. Okay, what's going on? Let me do a recheck. Let me kind of remaneuver myself. But the progress in our life moves forward from December 21st. 2020, Saturn and Jupiter jump into Aquarius. Okay. On May the 23rd, the Saturn retrograde starts in Aquarius at 13 degrees Aquarius, and it'll go backwards, but it'll still stay in Aquarius. But it'll be now a time of reworking, like, okay, wait, what just happened? Now let me see how I can keep innovating, keep remaking so that we can keep moving forward again in October. Okay. When October 11th, when Saturn moves direct. Okay. I want to mention days after Jupiter leaves Aquarius, because Jupiter's going to leave Aquarius in May, and then retrograde back into Aquarius, and then stay in Aquarius through the end of 2021. Okay. Right before Saturn goes retrograde, Jupiter leaves Aquarius. So you get what I'm saying? May is really when this kind of major push of Aquarian energy kind of slows for a little bit. We have a moment of like breath, okay, because it's going to get really intense, really chaotic, really sudden shifting. A lot of breakthroughs. This is very Aquarian. And then we're going to have May come around and be like, okay, wait, that was a lot of shifting and changing. Let's now figure out how to adjust with all that, okay? So, but it's interesting to me that Jupiter leaves Aquarius and then Saturn goes retrograde. It's like Jupiter passed all the way clean through Aquarius from December 21st through May. All the way through Aquarius, okay? Expanding, just opening our minds to so much newness to come. Then as soon as he leaves Aquarius, Saturn slows down. So we're like, okay, let me take a second and review. Jupiter then goes retrograde shortly after and starts to go back into Aquarius, and we review what the hell all that was, okay? We have a Mercury retrograde on May the 29th to help out even more. Okay, let me review even more. Jupiter goes retrograde June 20th. So all these planets are retrograde, okay? to really help us to reset. So it's major movement forward, and then like I said before, in May, we get a slowdown. We have Saturn going retrograde, then Mercury goes retrograde, then Jupiter goes retrograde. And that starts to slow the energy down. We go more internal to reshift and change all of the structures that still are in the old. Okay, because there's gonna be layers and layers and layers of shedding of this old system because we've been in it for 2,500 years. Okay, certain aspects of ourselves now we don't even realize still need to be shed. Okay, but this is why Pluto is still in Capricorn until 2023, 2024, because Pluto goes retrograde on April 27th of 2021, and so Pluto's still in Capricorn, as all the other planets are now in Aquarius. Pluto, which is the death planet of rebirth, is still decaying all the old structures as we're starting to plant new seeds. Okay, there's a big field we got to plant seeds for, but we got a little piece that we've been clearing out that we can start with new things with, but we still got a lot of land we're going to be tearing up still. Okay, because look at society, we're not there yet. Okay, all the tea hasn't even been spilled yet about what's truly going on in systems and governments. Okay, but we'll get to that soon. And so all of these things are going to be happening. Then October the 6th, Pluto goes direct. Okay, and we're ready to now, let me kill these things away so I can even move even further. Now I have an even bigger space that I can plant new seeds with. October 18th, Jupiter goes direct in Aquarius. Okay, October 11th, Saturn goes direct in Aquarius. October 18th, Mercury goes direct. Okay, so you see in the fall, once we get into October, now we're ready to move forward again. It's going to be another major push. Okay, but this is from December 2020 to May 2021. Excuse me, burps. It's going to be exactly that. A lot of energy forward. Okay, and then we get to May and things start to slow down again. Okay, so check where the beginning from 0 to about 15 degrees of Aquarius is in your chart. That area is going to be lit up. Okay, because Uranus is also going to be moving up to about 15 degrees ish, a little bit more in 2021, just squaring all of that Aquarian energy. Okay, really challenging. Anything that you're moving forward with that is not in alignment with the future is going to be cut out. Anything you're moving forward with that is on a weak stability or a weak structure is going to be cut out. Anything you're moving forward with that is not of your authentic self is going to be cut out. Okay, and so it's going to be boom, boom, boom. But if you're standing in your authentic self, you already have cut away things that no longer serve you. These challenges are going to be the steps. Okay, I can make this happen. I got to put in a lot of work, but then I can really make this happen. We have this new idea. It's going to take me a second to get it figured out, but then I can make leaps forward because you're using you're authentically you. You're using your gifts, and you just have to figure out the best way to move forward at this time. That's going to be what other people are going to be going through, as some people are going to feel these challenges, helping them to get more authentically themselves. Okay, so that's that. And the last thing I want to talk about, y'all, is the current energies helping to push this Saturn-Jupiter conjunction further in its energy. Okay, so what just happened? The eclipse season we just jumped into. We just had the new moon in Scorpio. Okay, just had the new moon in Scorpio. Now the full moon is going to be the lunar eclipse in Gemini. So since the full moon, which is the culmination of the new moon, is an eclipse, I'm saying that the new moon is us getting into eclipse season. I always think the luminary action right before the eclipse is the eclipse season. Like if it was a solar eclipse starting on a new moon, that would be eclipse season starting. But this new moon in Scorpio, to me, I feel like we're really shifting and transforming out of the past 6-month journey and moving into a new 6-month journey with this new eclipse season. Because eclipses hit you and hold for 6 months. Okay, we've been dealing with all the energy that shifted back in June, and we had 3 eclipses, so it was all from May through July was eclipse season. Okay, of 2020. We've been working with all that energy since then, and now we're moving into a new eclipse season holding us for the next 6 months. But what happens within that next 6 months? The next 6 months is all this major energy I was talking about. Once we get to May, then we're going to have the next eclipse season that's going to hold us through the rest of 2021. Okay, but this next eclipse season we're stepping into is going to be major because this is the eclipse season. This is the main time of the seed planting before we have the retrogrades in May to reset and replant. Okay, so literally it's already began. That new moon in Scorpio that happened about 4 or 5 days ago already began. Okay, that has us jump into eclipse season, and now we're going to be moving forward very strong. Okay, with this eclipse season moving forward here. And once we get to May, then we're going to see a shift again, but major movement forward, guys. Okay, the Scorpio new moon already did it because we're building to the lunar eclipse in Gemini. I wrote down it's open, and that lunar eclipse is going to open our minds to all we've learned since May of 2020. There's been a lot we've been learning, and that's the mental ability. That's us getting our water bearer jug filled. And then now it's about pouring out the wisdom of what you've been learning, taking all that you've been taking in, and now for the next 6 months from this lunar eclipse in Gemini, sharing, learning, communicating all that you've been taking in the past 6 months. Okay, connecting with the people you've now been learning and realizing who to connect with. Now it's time to do it. Okay, you've now been realizing the ideas you want to have for yourself. Now it's time to initiate those. Okay, all these things will be happening. It's time to pour the water out this next 6 months. Okay, it gives us final ideas of what seeds to plant to connect, learn, and debate what we want in our new age. Okay, this lunar eclipse in Gemini is the mind. We're going to also get a major understanding because the lunar eclipse is on November 30th. Okay, the Saturn-Jupiter conjunction, which is the main initiator, is on December 21st. Okay, so this lunar eclipse is really going to allow us to get the last aha moments, the last ideas of who to connect to because it's Gemini, what we want to share and learn because it's Gemini. Also, what did I say? What we want to debate, what we think things are. Okay, because it's Gemini. Okay, before we plant the seeds in December. Okay, so the end of November is going to bring so much new understanding for us, and then it's about how we plant these seeds. Okay, then we move. Okay, right before us, December 14th, we have the solar eclipse, the new beginning in Sagittarius, which is about a new vision for ourselves. So we have this new vision we're going to be creating over the next 6 months. And doesn't a new vision help you with what? Planting the seeds. Okay. The thing I love about Sagittarius and Aquarius, they both rule the future vision, and which is why they love each other. I love Sagittarians because we both just are focused on how we can move forward and the fun things we're going to have in the future and planning things in the future because we both deal with innovation in the future. Okay. Sagittarius is your beliefs and how you want to expand on those and expand on your life into the future. And Aquarius is taking your life circumstances and finding ways to innovate and make them better, okay, into the future. Okay? But both dealing with the future. So we have the Sagittarius solar eclipse, which literally is only days before the meeting of Saturn and Jupiter. And this solar eclipse is going to, yes, give us a great new vision for this meetup of Saturn and Jupiter, but also it's going to be 6-month journey moving forward. To help us in the 6 months, we're going to be gaining great new visions of where we want to go as we have all of this heavy energy in Aquarius. Okay, the main stellium of Aquarius from December 2020 to May 2021. Okay, major push forward in new things. Okay, I wrote new vision leads to actual seed planting. It's going to be sifting of information since the lunar eclipse, which is November 30th. To make plans by the solar eclipse and the 21st of December. Okay, so the lunar eclipse really opens our mind to so many new things, and we're like, I wonder what's going on with that for the next 2 weeks. And we have that solar eclipse in Sag to help us. Okay, now I know. Here's my vision forward, and then this really pushes us forward into the new age with the Saturn and Jupiter conjunction right after that, and the push of Saturn and Jupiter into Aquarius, Venus into Aquarius shortly after, Mercury into Aquarius as well, to really open us up into new things, into the new age. Okay. What else did I want to say? Once seeds are planted during the 21st and this eclipse season, we are fertile and ovulating up until the spring eclipses. Okay, it's perfect. Not just saying, okay, all your seeds have to be planted December 21st. No. This whole eclipse season is about the seed planting up until May, mid-May, until we get to the end of May. Okay. I wrote down it becomes about daydreaming, planning, sharing, and connecting with like minds from the spring until the rest of the year. So once we get to the spring, we're done planting seeds for a minute. Then it's going to be about brainstorming new seeds to plant and connecting with people based on the seeds we've already planted. Okay, that's going to be the second half of 2021. I wrote down December 21st. May is tough. May is tough because we're planting seeds in the ground soil that needs to be weeded, and it also has stuff already growing. This is a Saturnian revolution. So this is what I was saying. The age of Aquarius is again ruled by Saturn, meaning it's not just about wiping everything clean and moving forward. Saturn is about taking the things in life, structures in life, and using those to make you get to the top And Aquarius, Saturn and Aquarius, is about using those structures and finding ways to tweak them to get to the top and to innovate. So it's about tweaking things, okay? And so again, this is what I'm saying from that's what it was, December 21st with an arrow through May. This period I'm talking about, okay, is tough because we're planting seeds in ground that's already got things in it. Okay, yes, we've been tearing things apart with Pluto, but like I said before, we still have so much ground that needs to be torn apart, and there's certain things in your life that actually work. These energies in Capricorn going through is about taking away the structure that no longer serve you, but there's certain things you've been doing that actually work for you. There's certain boundaries you've been placing that just need to be strengthened, okay? So it's not fully about removing everything, okay? So there's also crops that already have been doing good. It's just about finding new ways, okay? It's like pruning. If you know about pruning things, if a branch is already doing great, you don't need to prune it. But if it can be doing better, if you prune it back a little bit, then it really can grow, okay? And so anything that's not been efficiently growing in your life, we've been slowly pruning away, okay? But we still have to work on planting seeds, and then are those seeds going to kill that crop? There's a lot of figuring things out, like the new things you're moving into, are they going to benefit the greater plan that you've been moving towards, okay? There's a lot we still have to figure out, because this whole new plan has not ever been. Aquarius is about new beginnings that have not been, okay? So this is going to take some time. The last thing is I wrote, squares of Jupiter and Saturn with Uranus and Taurus, more restriction on people until April. Then it's about reconnecting and getting independent, especially when Jupiter moves into Pisces and Saturn remains in Aquarius. So as we move into late 2021, 2022, it's about, okay, now how can we connect with other people and with Jupiter and Pisces, and then find structures to keep us more interdependent with Saturn and Aquarius. Okay. Late January and February, there is a major Aquarian stellium of the Sun, Saturn, Jupiter, Venus, and Mercury, all squaring Uranus. Okay, so it can get tight, especially January and February. And the last thing I want to mention, the entire goal, this is the main goal of this new age we're moving into, to become authentically yourself and accept it all, so you know the best way to become liberated, because tensions will increase. This is the main goal as we move into this new age. Okay, the age of Aquarius is really here to liberate us and make us authentically embrace ourselves. Aquarian age will bless the authentic and self-led and self-motivated. The savior complex will leave you stuck in the past peridium of Pisces. There's a lot of people that right now are putting forth energy, realizing who they are, and taking steps to get more self-sufficient. They're going to be doing great in the new age. But there's also a lot of people who are waiting to be saved, waiting for more funding to come, waiting for COVID to be removed so that they can just go back to the way things were, and are hoping that none of the benefits they're receiving get cut, or they don't know what they're going to do. Okay? And they have no plans of doing anything if that happens. They're not even thinking about if it happens, because they're just hoping and that they can be saved. This is the old Pisces paradigm. Government, what should we do? Life has happened to us. And though I do feel the government is here, that's the whole point of the government, to help the people need to be helping themselves as well. The government is not just here to just be giving all the time. Okay, the government doesn't need that much power. Okay. Sorry, my cat is doing the most right now. I'm trying to make sure we're not doing what I think we're about to do. Okay, you realize. Okay, so getting back. Last thing. So the last thing I want to mention, Aquarian age will bless the authentic and self-led and self-motivated. That's the thing. Okay, and as I'm learning more about life, a lot of people could be in way better situations if they were self-motivated. You know what I'm saying? The situations we're in, a lot of people are in, it has a lot to do with just a lot of their energy has been put to all these old systems, and that's working 9 to 5, but also to keeping up an image and all these things. That requires a lot of your energy. And they haven't put any energy into developing themselves, and that's the majority of people. Okay, this is why this new age is going to be a major shock, because all that has to go. Okay, but the last bullet point I have: the people must become empowered enough to shift the rules in their favor. It will start in clash, because the people in power do not want people to just be empowered like that. It's going to start in clash, and you're already seeing the clash happening right now. But it must play by But we must play by their rules to win, because this is a Saturnian revolution. We can't just kill everybody and have anarchy and reset. That's Aries, okay? But that's a different energy. That's sad, just different energy. Aquarius is about taking what we have and slowly tweaking and restructuring things in our favor. But we have to work in the way of Saturn. We can't go against Saturn, okay? And that's what this whole Mars square Saturn, Mars square the Capricorn stellium that we've been having all late 2020 has shown us that we're not going to get far if we just completely want to change and completely revolt. We have to be smarter with how we want things to be changed. And it's going to happen less with how we affect everyone around us, because Mars is just going to obliterate everyone and just do your own thing. But energy in Aquarius is about, hey, I understand how you feel, but let's figure out a way to use what is already here and then enhance it and not have to completely reset everything, okay? And so it's a Saturnian revolution. It will start to clash, okay? But it will eventually lead to a better, empowered way of moving forward. Because the way things were, not everything was terrible, because we would have completely even been in a worse situation than we are now. Certain things in life actually work very nicely, okay? And we can be grateful about that, right? Certain structures that we have work amazing. Certain government structures are perfect and amazing, okay? But there's a lot of things that need to change, all right? So this is what this new age is here for. It's remixing the things that need to change, okay? Not complete anarchy and clean slate, but a remixing of the old, right? And that's what I have, loves. That is what I have. That is my message to you guys, this major energy shift we're having starting December 21st, but really it's already started because we're in the moon cycle of the eclipse season that's going to carry us through all of this energy, okay? We are in the midst of it, y'all. Stay strong, but know the main focus is for you to get empowered within yourself, know who you authentically are, and begin to then structure yourself and your life around that to bring you stability, support, and freedom, okay? That's what I have, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a like, give it a comment below. Let me know how you're feeling, if you've resonated with my message. And also give this video a share to anyone you feel like would benefit from this message to know about what energy is coming for them, okay? Check out all of my other things I offer, guys. My website is packed, okay, with workshops, courses, vlogs, blogs, services, tons of things, right? If you want a personal session with me, hit my services up on my website. Again, there's tons of options, and I have lots of things to offer you guys. That's what I have, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Much love. The Water Bear is out. And enjoy this energy we're stepping into. The Aquarian age has begun.